Today our team drew the match, but Carlo Ancelotti knows very well what to do to make it better. Here he is.
Do you think you made the substitutions a bit late in the match? Was your team physically tired?
Well, everyone can have their own opinion about the substitutions, but those are just details, and I don't really want to talk about that. You might be right or you might not be.
These are completely different seasons, but I remember last season you placed particular value on the matches you drew, which perhaps the press didn't appreciate at the time. Draws in stadiums like Villamarín, Sánchez Pizjuán, or Vallecas. Do you think today's draw is more about losing 2 points rather than gaining 1?
Yes, that's correct. Last year we were happy with some draws, but today we're not happy with the result because we could have played much better. And I don't want to make any excuses. I just want to acknowledge that we could have played better. The team should have played with more commitment. But I also think we can learn from this experience because it has made it very clear where our problem lies.
In the second half, we saw Mbappe more active offensively, particularly when he was occupying the left wing. Don't you think it's better for Mbappe to play on the left wing, leaving Vinicius as the central forward?
No, that's not the case. They can switch positions throughout the match. Sometimes Mbappe will play on the left, and other times Vinicius will, without a specific plan. It will depend on what they consider during the game.
Today you spoke about the players' commitment, and we see you're upset. What did you see in the team that you didn't like? Do you think this year there will be more rotations than in previous years?
No, I don't think it will be very different from how we did it last season. When we return to the Champions League, then we'll have more opportunities to rotate. When I talked about commitment, I was referring to our defensive game. It was difficult for us to recover the ball, and we didn't press after losing it, which is something we need to improve. So when I talk about working defensively, this is a task that requires collective commitment.
The first half of the match was good for the team. What happened that caused them to slow down in the second half? Was it a physical factor, or perhaps something psychological and a lack of commitment? Maybe the team relaxed too much, noticing the difference between both teams.
The problem was that the team was very spread out on the field, and we needed to be more focused on the game. This was strange because usually we are focused and more compact, so it's not a physical or mental issue. It's just about focus.
You talked about achieving balance. How can you reach this balance? Perhaps by making some changes in the formation on the field, or will it be a mental shift among the players?
We'll find this balance when we get all the players to think about the same thing. For example, when we lose the ball, everyone together needs to think about recovering it. It's easy to think that we might have a problem in the attack, but we can also have a problem in defense. When the forwards press the opponent and the midfielders don't do their job to support that pressure, then the entire defense is left behind. So, as you can see, it's not just a problem of 1, 2, or 3 players. It's a problem of the whole team, which in this particular match couldn't execute or understand that this was a very important aspect of the game. Certainly, Mallorca played a very good defensive game. They had a good match and did better than us. I think the draw is a fair result.